Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and On Fire Athletes platform powered by GameCoin. Okay, y'all. Hi. Go this way, indeed. What are you doing? Go this way. Okay. Drew's awake. We're all up and at 'em today. Go this way. I'm already cold plunged and ready for church and everything. So go this way. So anyway, busy day, y'all. How about LSU football riding this recruiting heater right now? My goodness, man. What a tie. 3 straight days. You land Tristan Keys, the number 1 wide receiver in the country. You land Dylan on Thursday. Friday, you land Dylan Purter, 4-star defensive back out of Alabama. And then on Saturday, you land Jabari Mack. Jabari Mack's 4-star wide receiver out of Destrehan, 6 foot, 200 pounds, and everybody in the country wants him. I always say, I'm less concerned about your star rating or your position ranking or any of that stuff. I always say, go look at who has offered the player. Go look at the player's offer list, and that'll tell you everything. So Jabari Mack picked LSU over Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, Penn State, Tennessee, Miami, Florida State, Baylor, Michigan, Nebraska, Cal, Georgia Tech. I mean, everybody. So, yeah, dude. And when you look at LSU now, 4 receiver commits for the 2026 class, including Tristan Keys, who's the number 1 receiver in the country, Jabari Mack, the number 1 receiver in Louisiana. And then you've also got 2 other receivers from Louisiana committed in Ja'Kai Anderson and who am I missing? That's what happens when you have that many commits. I'm missing one. Ja'Kai Anderson, and why am I blanking? Kenny Darby. Kenny Darby out of Shreveport. Anyway, so point being, you're loaded up, and this recruiting class is looking like it's rivaling the 2021 class that had Malik and Brian Thomas and Chris Hilton and Jack Besh. And remember, you also had Deion Smith in that class out of Mississippi. And Deion Smith never showed up on campus. Jack ended up transferring. But Neighbors, Thomas, Hilton have all ended up being really good. And Hilton, hopefully we get to see a full, healthy season this year. Okay, y'all, please smash the like button if you would. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. So recruiting heater for Brian Kelly and his squad. Baseball loses game 2. Really disappointing, man. You had the lead twice. Your bullpen couldn't hold it. So, coming into the weekend, I think most of us probably said the same thing. It certainly was my, what to watch Friday on AFR was look at the walks. I mean, Texas offensively isn't a team that's going to string together hits that beat you. Or make them do that because they haven't shown consistently they can do it. So just don't put guys on base. Well, you walked 7 last night. I mean, Anthony Einstein was really good. I thought I gave you 4 1/3. Exited with the lead. And, you bring in Connor Ware in that spot to go lefty-lefty. He walks the only batter he faces. You bring in William Schmidt, and they touched him up really good. He ended up walking a few. I think Schmidt walked. Pull up the box score, y'all. I remember if he walked 2 or 3. Schmidt walked 2. Binge came in, got you out of a jam, and threw up a 0 after that in the 6th. But then, they get to Primo. Myers walked 2, faced 3, walked 2, gave up a hit. Like, got those strikes, man. Anyway, disappointing. So go see if you can win the rubber match today. You got a bunch available. I mean, Chase Shores will get the start, obviously. You can bring Connor Ware back. You can bring DJ Primo back. You can bring Jacob Myers back. You can bring Rizzy back. You haven't thrown Case and Evans. So if you could just get the ball to Case and Evans with a lead, if you can get to the 8th inning with a lead, you feel really good. But you're going to have to find the bridge from Shores to Evans. Who can bridge from Shores to Evans? That's why we really like to have Zach Cowan available. Anyway. Hey, Trivia, good morning. Jacob Thompson, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Bubba Smith. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that, man. Jesse Brown, strong side. Morning, Scone. Hope the family's doing well watching from Houston. All right. H-Town, stand up. Hey, Rex, good morning. 71. I love that you're keeping count, Thomas. Hey, Matt, if Travis Hunter has 40 catches, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions as a rookie, that doesn't put him in the MVP conversation. Keep up the good work. It would be interesting because we haven't seen anything like that. The closest thing would be Dion. You're playing elite level defensive back and returning punts. Let's face it, man. The MVP is a total quarterback award. It's not even having the conversation about a defensive player being in it. But that would be remarkable if we saw Travis Hunter do it. Hey, Christian, wheels fell off in the 5th last night. Hope for a better day today. Congrats to gymnastics, back-to-back SEC championships, and women's basketball school record for points in the tourney. Yeah, so the women's basketball team scored 103. The previous record was 102 in the national championship game against Iowa a few years back. So that was cool to see. Yeah, and Jim, their highest score ever at the SEC championship, so 198.2. They're incredible. And if they just go compete the way they can, they'll win another national championship. Yeah, we talk about it often. Like if you're not familiar with gymnastics, it's not a cumulative thing throughout. It's just on that day you have to go put up your score, and your score that day is counted against the other teams in the finals that day, and whoever has the highest score that day wins the national championship. So it's really just, are you capable? Like it is the difficulty, and are you capable of scoring high enough to win? And this team is. If they just go compete like they're capable. I mean, unless if another team has another worldly meet, which is possible, if they just go compete like they're capable, they should win another one. Hey, Aaron, good morning. Richie Burt, watching from Sydney, Australia. All right, Richie, good morning, man. Or good night in Sydney, I would guess. Leslie Martin, good morning. It's the other side of the world. Good as sweet. Bullpen better get it together today. Yeah, I'll be curious to see moving forward how Jay handles Zach Cowan. Because the benefit of having him in the bullpen is he can give you length in the bullpen, but you can also use him to affect multiple games. We can't do that if you burn him in one game with a 6-run lead. So we talked about a little on Locked On last night in the post game, and that's really my takeaway is of that. It's I understand, and this isn't hindsight. I said this after the game Friday. Whoa. I fully understand why you throw Cowan on Friday and extend him. You're thinking, I can get this win with 2 pitchers, and so then I have everybody else available to try to get one more win. And I get that. The flip side of it is, you can say whatever you want, but there are 2 guys you trust in the bullpen right now to take the ball, throw strikes, and get outs. And it's Zach Cowan and Casey Evans, and that's it. So it's not to say others can't. It's say, who do you trust to do it consistently? Those are the 2. And you burn one of them up 6 on Friday night. when, in my opinion, when you're up 6 is when you should have been throwing Rizzi and Dalton Beck and Primo way. Like, that's when you roll through your guys. You're not burning any of them, but finding outs. And if you got to a spot where it was tenuous and you had to put Cowan or Evans in, okay. But any of those guys in leverage spots, man. Not up 6. Jeremy, good morning. Taking advantage of living 40 minutes from Austin. Spending the day with my daughter cheering on the Tigers. That's awesome, man. Enjoy the day. Hopefully y'all have great weather. It's supposed to be kind of cloudy and rainy here today. But hopefully y'all have great weather over there and Tigers get a win. Go win this series, man. Got to be disappointed if you took game 1 and you lost the series. So go win this one. They're going to throw a bullpen day. You're probably going to see Flores get the ball righty. He hasn't gone 4 yet in a game. So let's see. Hey, Hunter. Went to games 1 and 2. No place like the box. Texas got loud. LSU just allowed. We answered back. You know what's interesting, Hunter? Watching on TV, there really did seem like there are a lot. It's not surprising, right? I mean, there was a lot of LSU fans in Austin and also in San Antonio and Dallas and Houston, so they could make the trip. It was very obvious. There's a lot of LSU fans there. It is crazy. Hey, Melody, top of the morning. Hope we rebound today. Go Tigers. Corey Alicia Delcom, good morning. Bruce, I know he pitched a lot Tuesday. Anyway, Newt can come back today. No, they're not going to bring Newt back. It's a good question. But Newt threw I'm looking at his pitch count from Tuesday. He threw 67 pitches. So the only thing that I could say maybe, Bruce, it's a good question. The only thing I would say maybe is if it was a bullpen day for him. Instead of doing a bullpen, he just basically gets a live bullpen if he went through like 1 inning. Maybe. But my guess is they're going to let him start again on Tuesday. And if that's the case, then he doesn't throw today. Now, if you need him, this obviously is much better than pitching on a Tuesday. If you felt like you needed him and it was a bullpen day and he could give you 12, 15 pitches, then maybe you see him for an inning. But I feel like that would be a little bit of a stretch to get him out there today. David Coslin, good morning. Austin Kidder, good morning. Matt Plavada, good this way times a million. Hey, Brad, good morning. Johnny, good to see you. Biggie Bull. Matt, the solution is keep him back in for Friday and Sunday. Let Evans help behind and a safety net till Gidger gets back. Pure good safety net. You know, here's the thing. I don't know that I'm okay with that approach. Because I think you do have to take it game by game. I don't think you're thinking in terms of, okay, well, I'm just going to keep Cowan for Friday, Sunday. Because truthfully, if you're in a game on Friday that you have a chance to win and Cowan can help you win it. Like, you use him. I don't think you're thinking, or Evans too. Like, put it to you this way. Like, let's say on Friday, LSU was up 6. They go to Cowan, and Texas rallies against Cowan, and all of a sudden it's a 2-run game. Well, you're going to get Evans. Like, that's not even a question. Evans is coming into the game to finish it. So I don't think you think of it in terms of those. You want to have that plan in your head, but as the game unfolds and presents itself, when you have an opportunity to win a game, you go win a game. And I think that's what Jay was trying to do yesterday too. I mean, I think he really truly felt like Connor Ware and William Schmidt were his 2 best guys available out of the bullpen. He went to them. Ware walked the only guy he faced, and then Schmidt got roughed up a little bit. So I think it's really just about being conscious of who you can count on. And listen, you're going to need more than 2, right? I mean, you're going to need more than 2 guys out of the bullpen that you can count on consistently to throw strikes. So somebody has got to develop some consistency. I mean, Primo is kind of getting there, right? But you got to find those guys, man. Hey, Kelly Gross, good morning. Survivors Aurora, good morning. Need to rely on starters more. 4 innings are not enough unless you have relief pitchers like the 2017 Yankees. Of course I agree with you. I also realize it's uncommon to see multiple pitchers go 6, 7, right? You definitely want that from your Friday night guy, which Anderson gave you. We'll give you 6 and a third. Obviously I agree with you. You'd love to see your starters extend longer. I think very few college teams have a number 3 that's capable of extending deep into a game. So Sundays usually become bullpen days, and so you'd love a guy that can get you off to a good start, right? It's like if Shores if Shores can get you through the lineup once, anything beyond that, I'm like, all right, cool. On most Sundays, right? Now, with all the hype around Shores, I'd love to think that he could extend. The one yesterday, though, I don't know how y'all felt about it. Again, I don't know that there's a right or wrong necessarily. It's the thing I always say about baseball is such a game of failure that as long as there's a logical answer for your explanation or a logical explanation for your decision, then I can live with the result. And so, in that situation where they pulled Ianson, he had gotten into trouble. I want to make sure I have it exactly right, so this doesn't all jumble in my brain because I'm not looking at my notes. Sorry, y'all. Back's hurt. So Ianson did a good job. I really thought in the second he did a good job getting out of trouble. He walked the leadoff guy and then was down 3-1 to the second hitter, and he comes back and strikes out Rodriguez, strikes out Schussler, and strikes out Stewart. So after walking the leadoff guy, being down 3-1 to the next guy, he rallies to get to strike out the side. I thought that was awesome. Throws up another 0 in the third, and then go this way. And so now they've turned the lineup over, and I think this is the question of can he get through the lineup twice once they've seen him? The fourth was so annoying, though. God, the fourth was annoying. Both halves of the inning. I mean, LSU loads the bases. Jones singles, Dickinson doubles, Fry, remember, hits the ground ball at third, throwing error. So you get the bases loaded, nobody out. Milam walks with the bases loaded. That's when Roger Clemens was on the broadcast. So you're up 1-0, bases loaded, Pearson up, and he strikes out on 3 pitches. Gotta put the ball in play. Then Hernandez grounds into fielder's choice to score the run, and then Braswell grounded out. But point is, the top of the fourth could have been so much more productive. And then in the bottom of the fourth, my God, they didn't hit a single ball hard and got 2 runs across. They went fly out. Flores singled up the middle. Galvan singled to the left side. Again, just like the roller through the left side. And then Rodriguez singled to the right side. It was the same thing. It was just rollers through the infield. Go this way. It was so annoying, man. Go this way. Go this way. Go this way. And I just sorry, I lost my spot in the there I am. I got it in the comments. Anyway, all that to say, I don't know. I feel like the fourth inning changed the game. You had a chance to blow it open. They had some really fortunate. They had some good fortune, and you end up tied coming out of there in the fifth. Once they got 2 runners on against him, it felt like he was at the end of his day because the second time through they had seen him, and so you went to Ware to go lefty, and I don't hate that decision. Ware just walked the only guy he faced. You went to Schmidt, who you felt was your best arm, next up, and then he kind of got hit up a little bit. He got roughed up. So I agree with you. You'd love to see your guys extend, but it was very clear. Like the second time through when they saw Ianson, they were putting good swings on him, and he was faltering, and you had a lead, and so you went to the bullpen to protect your lead, and your bullpen was not good. Nobody. So, well, Benj threw up a couple zeros for you. Hey, Cortland, great day for the women's teams yesterday. It was. Sean, I do not think A needs to come out. They were not getting hard hits. Easy for me to say. I thought it was early. In the fourth, I agree, but whenever they got 2 on against them in the fifth, it was like I understood it. Could have let him battle through it, but I understood it. I'm thinking we got to win 3 games. Realize we won all 3. Hey, losing games, you win. That's baseball, man. Like, I know people hate that explanation, but it's so true. Like, it's a game that is so counterintuitive to every other sport we watch, where like you lose a ton. Like, you're gonna lose. It's just you go. Like, you never go into a football season thinking, well, if we lose a couple, like, you don't want to lose any baseball games, but you realize just like it's hard to win on the road. I mean, Alabama beat Tennessee on Friday, or on Thursday, I should say, in a game where they gave up a 5 spot in the second, and Tennessee like walked 3 guys, hit a guy, committed an error, and Bama put up a 5 spot, and that held up. Like, Tennessee just kind of threw up on themselves for a half inning. It cost them the game. It's just it's baseball. It's going to happen. Anyway, go win this game. Like, it's just, you go win this game today, and the whole mood changes because you win a road series against a top 10 team. And so you've swept a bad team at home. You've gone on the road and won a road series against a top 10 team. Like, you just got to find a way to piece this together today, man. Guys got to throw strikes. I think the offense will be fine today. Hey, Melody, I don't think it was time to Ianson last night. See, again, I'm not, but he was, right? I mean, it was like they saw him and they got through to him in the fourth for 2, and then he walked the leadoff hitter in the fifth. Then he struck out Farmer, and then Mendoza singled. So you had runners, and remember, he went first to third. So now you got a first and third, and you're at this point, because you put up the 3 spot in the fifth, you're up 5-2, and you're thinking, all right, like, now you're going lefty, and you've got Blue coming up, who's the reigning Big 12 Player of the Year. Like, do you really want to let him see Ianson again with 2 runners on, where 1 swing can tie the game? Like, I get it. I get what Jay's thinking there. He's going, we're up 3. There's 2 on. Their best hitter's up. You've seen our guy already. Let's go lefty and see if we can get this guy out, and then go to Schmidt to get us home. Well, they walk Blue, and then you get a ground ball, fielder's choice. You can't turn the double play, and then Galvan homered off of Schmidt, 3-run homer, and all of a sudden you're losing. It's like the decision he made at the time was right. If it was the 9-hole hitter, Ianson probably faces him, but it wasn't. It was their best player. It was their best hitter who had already seen Ianson. When the second time through, they were getting through against him. Carl the Cat, it's March. People are melting, saying the bullpen isn't it. Well, right now, true, Carl. It's not like it's March. It's way early. But you got to find guys that can consistently throw strikes. And they haven't shown the ability to do this. This is where Ty Floyd was. Everybody wanted Jay to take him out all season. Ty Floyd had an up and down year for sure, but he was awesome by the end. Lou, hate the shift. I tweeted last night not that this ended up actually mattering tremendously, but in the 9th, the single to the 2 RBI single, not in the 9th, in the bottom of the 8th, that gave them their insurance, got them to 11. Dickinson, it wasn't a shift, but Dickinson was shaded towards second. And Jay has always talked about Mark Wanaka being the best ever at defensive placement and alignment. And maybe their analytics show that when they do that, more often than not, it works. My contention is always the forefathers of baseball put the players in the positions they did for a reason, because that's where the ball's most commonly going to be hit. But in that situation, if Dickinson was playing a traditional second base, it's a ground ball double play. Instead, it's a 2 RBI single because Dickinson was shaded at second base. That's what it is. Part of the game. Hey, Devin, good morning. Tough loss. Hopefully we can get the series today. Need to get 6, 7 out of Shores. You don't need 6 or 7 out of Shores today. Cortland, pitching's gotten better as the season passed every year under Jay. Yeah, back to Devin. Like, you're not going to get 6 or 7 out of Shores today. I would love it if he gets you through the lineup twice. So wherever that may fall, that'd be great. I don't think that's going to be through 6 innings. I think it's more likely he gets you 4 and pitches you into the 5th. Then you got to go find outs after that. But the best thing you could do today is go score 15 runs. Guy, good Sunday morning rubber game for the Tigers. We need a good outing from Shores. Hey, Mike, excuse me. What does Jared Jones scribble in the dirt each at bat? Good question. I don't know. And I don't know that anyone's ever asked him that. I'll ask, see if we can find out. Hey, yeah, congrats to Alondra. We had the LAB Awards on Friday, and Alondra won Young Professional of the Year. Very well deserved. We were thrilled to nominate her, and super, super, super deserving. So, second turn. That's common for any pitcher, right? Like the second and third time when they've seen you and you're fatiguing and they've seen you already, it's when you're more likely to make a mistake, when they know your tendencies. Of course, that's why it's harder to get to a lineup a second and third time. That's what separates relievers and starters. That's why when a lot of people are saying Zach Cowan needs to go be a starter, I don't agree with that at all. Because Zach Cowan's got this 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He has a really elite changeup. But once you've seen that, it's more identifiable. It's easily like second time through the lineup, I'd worry about Zach Cowan. Can he go find me 9 outs? I think so. Can he get through the lineup once as a reliever? I think so. Don't want to extend beyond that. Not against SEC hitters. Cortland beat the shift. In the 4th. Yeah. Andrew, good morning. Had Jeremy come out from Parrish to install gutters. Did a great job. Would highly recommend. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, we got our gutter division rolling now, man. Let me not forget that, obviously. Here you go, Thomas. Lest we forget. Or better yet, here we go, Dale.
Parrish Construction and Roofing. At Parrish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof all the way down. Parrish Construction and Roofing. Parrish built. Parrish built. Parrish built. From your hometown. ParrishBuilt.com.
All right, Parrish Construction and Roofing. Remember, if you need North Beach, go to Brock. The Brock Game Day Prep event is coming up on May the 20th. Y'all register kiddos, young people, grades 6 through 12, totally free. Free physicals for the upcoming school year. And then, of course, Parrish. We'd love to help you out with that free no obligation roofing inspection. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. That's semaglutide, tirzepatide, the weight loss shots. You hear so much about the GLP-1 medications. If you want to learn more, lowest prices, never any contracts. They can ship your medicine anywhere. You can do the whole thing over telemed. So no matter where you're watching, make sure you check out Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. And of course, Crystal Poche at Restored Motions. I got to go see Crystal again. I just need to get it on my calendar and see her like first Friday of every month. So I'm just put on my calendar so it's clockwork and I'm there. Donovan, morning, Matt. Does anything change this week? Having to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Does everyone just move up a day and also hashtag ban the shift? I'm actually okay with banning the shift. I don't hate the idea. If it's a universal thing where you ban the shift and you have to play your position, play your position. Yeah, everyone moves up a day. I don't know what else Jay would do on Thursday. You know, yeah, I don't know what else they would do. I mean, you're not gonna take a midweek approach on a Thursday, so you're just gonna move everybody up a day. Let's be mindful of pitch counts and things like that. Hey, Robert, can you think of some LSU baseball seasons in the past where bullpen went from struggling to dominant, or is that a rarity? Well, I mean, look, man, 2 years ago in the championship season, everyone pooed the bullpen all year. And that ended up being what saved him by the end of the season. Nate Ackenhausen out of the bullpen, ends up giving you, what was it, 6 innings against Tennessee in an elimination game. Griffin Herring the next day did the exact same thing. Ackenhausen started that game, and then Herring came out of the bullpen the next day. Good is sweet. Daddy, go to church. And then where are we going to go? Go to the ball. Yep. Bye. So yeah, 23 was one of those seasons. We forget about it because they won the championship and the offense was so dominant. Yet Skeens, and remember Floyd was up and down throughout that year, and he became awesome by the end of the season. And you really relied in the postseason on Thatcher Hurd as well. So, yeah, man. Mark, the fly ball, the right fielder that dropped. Sorry, the fly ball that dropped in right center field in the 7th, catchable. I'm trying to remember it. Oh, when the LSU players kind of like flipped over each other. Tough play. Not considering judge. I didn't get to read I wasn't in the outfield. I didn't get to read off the bat. The one that was disappointing though was in the bottom of the 8th when Pearson literally kicked the ball toward the line. When you're down 1 and you're trying to keep it at 1 to give yourself a chance in the 9th to go tie the game. Lead off single to right, and Pearson quite literally kicked the ball to the line and ends up going to third on a 2-base error. So it's a single with a 2-base error, and you end up with the leadoff guy at third in a 1-run game. I'll continue to say it. Jake Brown needs to be in the lineup every day, and I think he will be today because Jason Flores started last game 3 for Texas. Now Texas last weekend against State played a Sunday 7-inning doubleheader, so they didn't have to play 2 9-inning games on different days. They played 2 7-inning doubleheaders, so they shrunk the games. But they went from Flores to Grubb, who those two pitched the complete game on in game 3 last week for them. Well, they burned Grubb last night. He threw 70 pitches. So you've got Riojas today, and Flores likely starts and Riojas out of the bullpen. Those would be the 2 arms I suspect you'll see from Texas today for certain. Just like with LSU, you'll see Shores and Evans at some point. So we'll see how they put it together. Couple more. Hey, Cortland, Robert, everyone complained about the pen. There you go. That's the one I mentioned, yeah. So let's see. Hear you. Gotcha, Thomas. Wendell, good morning. Tiger Poppy, good morning. Gave up 3 hits from positioning. I can only recall one play where they fielded the ball because of the shift. Cortland, you're not going to hear an argument from me. I do think sometimes, though, we look for confirmation bias. Hi, you want to say hi to Dad Show? What's your toes? Come see. Come see Dad.
This way.
Okay.
Go this way.
Go this way. What do you say?
I got you.
Okay. What day is today?
Sunday.
Sunday.
On Monday,
What do we do on Monday?
go New Sunday.
Go to New St. Lillian. Yep. Who are you going to see on Monday at New St. Lillian?
To meet Claudette
Miss Cindy and Miss Claudette. Who else?
Thompson.
Thompson. Who else?
John. Emily.
Emily?
Or Emily.
Huh? What about Emma?
Grace.
Emma Grace. And who else?
Frankie J.
Frankie James. Who else is in your class? Do you see Reeves?
Yeah.
See Reeves. Who else?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Oh, we're talking about the shift. So anyway, so Cortland, I think we're all guilty of this at times. We look for confirmation bias, right? I'm not saying you're doing this. But like if you have an idea of something, you wait for evidence of that thing and you go, you see? And like this is the whole thing with me with the bunting. You know, people will when LSU sacrifice bunts and they end up getting that run home, they'll say, "Oh, so you worked there." Do you want to point out the 10 times when it doesn't? You know, and the whole theory also is that you don't give up an out because what else could the inning have been if you did give up an out? Anyway, I know you're not saying that, Cortland. I'm just they wouldn't shift if they didn't have data that suggested it worked, right? But it is very frustrating when it doesn't, because I think we could commonly look and say, okay, when you're shifted, how does that change a hitter's approach? It happened in game one. LSU shifted and I forget who the hitter was, but dropped the ball on the left side, and Braswell, who was moved third, was playing short, basically, had to charge and didn't make the throw. So, like, you gave up a hit there. The hitter changed his approach. If you were playing traditional alignments, how would the hitter change his approach? You know, there's all those unknowns, right? Like, every action has a reaction sort of thing. So, I don't know. I just think I think analytics are fine and are a part of the game and should be. I don't think it should dictate everything you do, if that makes sense. Because then sometimes I think you get into the habit where you're thinking more than you're just playing. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it. Maybe I'm wrong. Just an opinion. I'm not saying this is like gospel. It's just an opinion. Hey, Aaron. Patrick, good morning. Would have paid to have Heron come back one more season. He got paid not to come back one more season. Mark, I was referring to the one that fell in front of Stanfield. Isn't that the one we're talking about? Where Stanfield and Pearson kind of... I don't know, man. I think Stanfield's been great in center. That game had so many weird twists and turns in it. I'd have to go back and look, quite honestly. Sorry, Mark. I vaguely remember. I don't remember thinking at the time that's one you should have caught. Sorry. Let's see if we can get a couple more here. Oh, it's 11. I need to get going. Cortland said the ball drifted towards center. They were playing deep. LSU got all the bad play yesterday. They should be okay today. I don't think they played badly, Lou. I thought defensively LSU was good yesterday. Aside from they were clean, aside from the Pearson error in the bottom of the eighth. I thought Milam was really good yesterday. That barehanded play, the one they challenged, where he charged barehanded, got him by a half a step. I mean, less than half a step. I mean, it was crazy. I thought defensively they were really good. Jones made a nice play at first down the line. You did allow a pass ball, which allowed a run to score. That was not okay. Anyway, I thought they were okay defensively. It was just the bullpen, man. I mean, twice, your offense gave the bullpen the lead, and they blew it twice. I mean, when Curiel came and hit the homer to give you the lead again, after they had taken the lead, it felt pretty low because you had the 5-2 lead. Your bullpen gives up the lead, which was so disappointing. And then to come back and take the lead right back was such an awesome answer. And then to give it right back, we didn't give it right back because Benj came and threw up a 0 in the 6th, but to give it back in the 7th. Not great, Bob. Not great. Carl, throw strikes, stop with the Yeski talk. Try to know when the shift works too. The ball Dickinson fielded in shallow right was a shift. They didn't get the out. Third hit was at the triple they're playing in. Just getting so big. He's 10, maybe be 11 in July, man. Crazy. Always be my little boy. What up, Devin? Good morning, Leon. Good morning. Heading back to DFW from Honolulu. Catch up on the news on the plane. Hey, Leon, check out Locked on LSU, man. I got tons of episodes there for you, man. I got episodes on commitments, on baseball, lots of good stuff. So check it out, man. If you're in the air, we'll be live after the LSU game today, so you can tune in from the air. I would also like to know that if that infield single Friday would have been an out if they weren't shifted, could Milam have gotten there faster than Braswell? Here you go. I got to get going. What's Jay doing between Fry and Brown with the DH? I don't get it. Well, so the last 2 days, Texas has started a lefty. So he's DH'd Fry to get a right-handed bat in the lineup. Same reason he's played Braswell at third to load up with righties. And so whenever Texas has gone to the bullpen and gone to a righty in the bullpen, he's pinch hit Brown for Fry. And Pearson's played right. I think what they'll do today, because Texas is very likely going to start a righty in Flores, I think Brown will be in right, Pearson will DH, and I think you're going to see Reeves at third base today. Could be wrong. I don't know anything. I'm just telling you that's based on what we've seen Jay do. I think that's what he's going to do today. Could Milam become Bregman? Dude is awesome. Boy, the guy, I think the world's Stephen Milam. He was a great college player. He's got a steep hill to climb. A lot of times you look at profiles, right? And like look in the NFL, or the NFL, look in Major League Baseball, you just don't see a lot of 5'5" dudes. I mean, Altuve, could he become Jose Altuve? Maybe. I would hope so. That'd be awesome, you know. But I'll pump the brakes before you compare him to Bregman, who's been an all-star, you know, an MVP candidate. You know. Go this way. Like, long way to go before you get there, you know. Today we go Shores. No, I don't think so, Wade. I think Cowan's burned. They burned Cowan on Friday, man. Cowan threw 55 pitches on Friday, brother. He ain't coming back today. That was my point then. Was why you burn that dude, one of the two arms that you really trust. Up 6. Austin scoring 7 runs in the row in the SC is good. Losing mass success. So Wade, I've seen this too. That was also in June in the postseason in win or go home scenarios, not in March. And that is also very irresponsible. At Wofford, you can get away with something like that. At LSU, you never can, because if you do that, then you get the reputation of not protecting your arms, and then it becomes really hard to recruit elite arms if you get the reputation of not protecting. Oh, man. Drew, sorry. I don't know what y'all heard and what you didn't. Drew must have come in here and hit the mute on my mic. Thank y'all for that. Drew hit the mute on my mic. Did y'all hear any of that? Drew muted my mic. That's a throwback, buddy, from when you used to like put filters on my face and everything. I don't know. I think they could hear me until just a minute ago. So did y'all hear any of that? Go this way. Did y'all hear any of that about Cowan? Go this way.
Go this way.
Go this way. So did y'all hear any of that about Cowan? Yeah. Okay. So very quickly. Oh, you heard not protecting arms. Okay. So yes. So Cowan in the postseason through that much. If it's a win or go home scenario, you might take that risk. You don't do it in March. You could also do it at Wofford, because at Wofford, you're not worried about necessarily recruiting elite level arms. Jay and every coach at a place like, think of it this way. Do you remember of course you do, but in the 2009 championship year, Lewis Coleman would start on Friday and then close on Sunday. I remember asking Paul Maneri that about Zach Hess, when Hess in 2017 was elite out of the bullpen and wanted to become a starter. And I remember asking Paul at the time, could you carve a Lewis Coleman rule where you would start Hess on Friday and close with him on Sunday so you could have him affect 2 games? And he effectively told me, no, that'll never happen in college baseball again, because of elite arms and protecting arms and arm care and all that stuff. And the problem is, if you get the reputation for abusing arms, you'll never get good arms again. So, because coaches will negative recruit you. So anyway, all that to say, I would be stunned. Like, I would be stunned if Zach Cowan threw today. 55 pitches on Friday and you bring him back on Sunday, I would be stunned. So if this were June, if this were the College World Series, all bets are off. Because then you have the whole offseason to recover, like all that sort of stuff. I'd be stunned if he threw today. You got to find guys who can throw strikes. That's what you need. Find guys you can give the ball and go deliver for you. Okay, I got to go, y'all, because I got to go to church. So thanks for watching. You'll have an awesome day. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. All of our sponsors linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook. All the info always scrolls on the bottom. And Locked on LSU is live. We had the post game from last night, but I also have the Jabari Mack episode. So LSU got a commitment from Jabari Mack yesterday out of Destrehan. If you want that episode, it's live. YouTube, podcast. I appreciate y'all. Join us for the post game as soon as today's Game 3 goes final, and we'll see you there on the Locked on LSU YouTube channel. Remember, Locked on LSU YouTube channel. All right, y'all have a great day. We'll see you. Peace.